All About Bears, written by Katelyn. This book was made in 2021. It was written by Katelyn and published by Heidi Weber. Heidi Weber, in the year of 2020-2021, was Katelyn's third grade teacher. This book was made because of the writing assignment Heidi Weber had her students do. Introduction. If you're looking for a book about bears, this is the book for you. Have you ever seen a big fluffy animal that might make you run away and lives out in the wild, and that it also has a few species and subspecies of its kind? That might be a bear. In this book, you will learn about bears and what they are like, how they live, some cool facts about them and their species. I think bears are very interesting creatures. I hope you think the same after you read this book. I hope you enjoy it. An Asiatic black bear in a tree. Did you know that some species of Asiatic black bears build nests in the trees? What bears are like? Bears are intelligent creatures. They are also curious and powerful. They have thick fur, short legs, tiny ears, stocky tails, long claws, and jaws that can crush bones. A bear's sense of smell is 7 times better than a bloodhound's or a blood dog's, and 2,100 times better than a human's. A bear's senses are important and helpful to its survival. They have a great sense of smell, sight, and hearing. A bear can smell food, cubs, a mate, or danger from miles away. Bears have great night eyesight. Also, it helps them to spot something very good, a bear's skeleton. Because of its bear's fur color, it can camouflage to catch its prey. Bears are omnivores. Mostly the things that a bear might eat is grasses, roots, berries, and insects. They also eat fish. Bears spend lots of their time protecting their cubs. Not the male, though. Males do not help take care of cubs. Sometimes they even kill the mother or her cubs. The mother bear must fiercely protect her cubs. Most adult bears are solitary, meaning roam or live on their own. The time that doesn't happen is during mating season and when the mother's care is for their cubs. Cubs stay in the den with their mother for several months, including their birth. Cubs stay close to their mother for up to 3 years. During that time, their biggest task is to learn how to find food and survive out in the wild. Then they are on their own. That's a few facts about bears. How bears live. Some people out in this world may be wondering how some animals started living. Well, I have an answer for you. Bears evolved from an animal long ago called a miazid. Bears have been around for many, many, many years. About 30 billion years ago. That's a long time if you ask me. The worst part about it is bears' habitats are being destroyed by human activity. Also, 5 types of bear species are endangered. The others are going down fast. There are only 1,000 giant pandas left in the world. Those are some facts about bears and how they all started. A drawing of the animal miazid that bears evolved from. When a bear fights or defends someone or something, it uses the technique of making itself look bigger, stronger, and more powerful. They do this by fluffing their fur. For example, a mother will fight for her kids or cubs if needed. She will probably use that certain technique. A mother bear is super protective of her cubs. If you come near or try to hurt the cubs, the mother will make herself look dangerous and fierce. That was a bit about a certain technique bears use. Bears survive by 5 certain things. These things are food, cover, a place to den, solitude, and plenty of space for the family or themselves. They also have a thick layer of fur to keep them warm. Bears do not exactly live in packs, but they can live together. Bears live in places like forests, mountains, tundra deserts, and grassy areas. Those were a few facts about how bears live or survive. Bear families and facts. The cubs of a bear family are pretty tiny, blind, and helpless when they're born. Mother bears have 1 to 3 bear cubs at a time usually. Cubs grow super quickly and weigh around 80 pounds when they are only 1 year old. Cubs through the ages of 1 and 2 years old are called yearlings. Those were a few facts about bear cubs. A mother bear will be protective of her cubs. She will also be on the lookout. Bears are not enemies too much, just a little. Bears are not enemies too much because they are big, strong, powerful creatures. Their enemies only include humans, other adult bears, cubs, mountain lions, wolves. Enemies of bears will only attack if necessary or because someone or something made them mad or frustrated. So you should probably give bears the space they need. Those were some facts about bear enemies. Lots of people may think that in winter bears are sound asleep. It's called hibernation. Even though bears are famous for hibernation, some bears actually don't hibernate. Now, another cool fact about bears is that one of the oldest bears ever was 41 to 42 years old. The bear was a female polar bear. Her name was Debbie. She was born in 1966. She died on November 17, 2008. Now, those are some cool facts about bears, if you ask me. Bear species. There are 8 types of bear species. 5 of them are endangered. Those are sun bears, speckled bears, giant pandas, Asiatic black bear, and the last one is sloth bears. The first one I will name a few facts about is the giant panda. Giant pandas live in a forest-covered mountains of China. Also, no one is quite sure how pandas got their black and white fur. Did you know the giant panda has an extra thumb on each hand? It is not exactly a thumb, but instead a special wrist bone covered with a pad that helps the panda grasp bamboo. Next, I will talk about the sun bear. The sun bear is the smallest member of the bear family, 80 to 140 pounds. Sun bears live in lowland tropical rainforests in Southeast Asia. Sun bears are very good climbers. Sun bears can sometimes be called honey bears because of their fondness for honey. Another one is polar bears. Polar bears are the largest animal in the bear family. Polar bears are threatened, meaning they're likely to become endangered within the foreseeable future. Polar bears are good swimmers, aided by partially webbed front paws. Polar bears live much of their lives on sea ice. Polar bears have black skin under their fur. Black skin absorbs the sun's energy and helps the bears keep the bears warm. Are you ready to learn about the spectacle bears? Each spectacle bear has a unique pattern of eye markings on its face. Spectacle bears have very good eyesight, almost as if their spectacles were real. Speckled bears often climb cacti to eat at the top. They are the only native bear in South America living in forested mountains, grasslands, and coastal deserts. Let's get started on learning about Asiatic black bears. Asiatic black bears also have the nickname of moon bear. Asiatic black bears have a feature of unusually large ears. The name moon bear comes from the patch of light-shaped fur like a crescent moon on the bear's chest. Asiatic black bears live in mountainous regions of many Asian countries. Now for learning about sloth bears. A sloth bear's favorite food is termites. When a sloth bear is feeding, it makes a loud sucking sound that can be heard from far away. Sloth bears can close their nostrils to better suck up termites. Sloth bears live in forests and grasslands of India and the neighboring island of Sri Lanka. Next, for our second to last bear, American black bears. American black bears inhabit much of the North American continent, from Alaska to Canada to northern Mexico. American black bears are very good climbers. Scientists can recognize separate subgroups of American black bears based on coloring. American black bears are omnivores, eating a wide variety of plants as well as honey, fish, insects, and dead animals. American black bears are very curious and intelligent. Now for our last bear, we have brown bears, grizzlies. Brown bears love the fish of salmon. Brown bears live in western North America, parts of Europe, and Asia. Grizzly bears get their name from its gray-tipped fur, which looks frosty or grizzled. Brown bears are fast animals. Grizzly bears have been clocked going 35 miles per hour. An American black bear's habitat, a brown bear's habitat. Conclusion. I hope you enjoyed this book. If you really liked it, please, if you are, stop hunting bears. Bears' habitats are being destroyed by human activity. They are also being killed by hunters. So if you like this book, please donate money to a place that can use money to help bears to be their wild, free-living selves again. I recommend National Wildlife Federation. I hope you have a bear-tastic day. Size chart of the bear species. Biggest to smallest. Polar bear, brown grizzly bear, giant panda, American black bear, Asiatic black bear, speckled bear, sloth bear, sun bear.